OFM Productions.
I am produced.
On the front rows I'm a 9 to 5, on the back rows I'm serving it out. New kid on the block, make a talk in the town. If they search me and find this fire, I'll tell my mumsy I was into fireworks. Apologies in advance, I was shooting these stars. On the front rows I'm a 9 to 5, on the back rows I'm serving it out.
Well, I feel like right now is a good time to explain what the hell I've been up to. What do I actually do now? What's the new business model that I've been talking about? And what's really going on? Let me go sit down and let me just explain it all to you guys. All right, so I feel like there's a lot to update you guys on. So I thought I'd just make this one video to kind of address everything. What's going on? What is this whole OFM that you guys are reading about on the title? How I've been living this lifestyle? What the hell's actually going on? So most of you guys should, of course, already know who I am. What is it that I do? For anybody who's new to the new audience, which I'm going to be reaching a whole new audience, of course, now. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Marcus Hustle. I started a social media marketing agency about 5-6 years ago, and that's been my main business model. I guess you could call it the whole SMMA. That's what I've been really focusing on growing and actually consulting and teaching other people on how to do for, like I said, quite literally the last 5-6 years. Now, the business model itself is absolutely amazing. It still works. It's still profitable. You can still start a social media marketing agency today and you can still make money with it. Matter of fact, we still teach people how to do that, which is one of my businesses called Ad Academy. That's not what this video is about, just giving you guys a little bit of context. However, it gets to a stage where in life, you like to be challenged. You like to wake up, at least for me, you like to wake up and you like to be challenged. You like to build things and figure things out and really feel like you're building something and really working towards something. And I feel like with SMMA, within 5-6 years, you kind of learn most things there are in the industry. And by all means, I'm not saying I'm no fucking Elon Musk here and I know it all. I'm not a fucking genius when it comes to social media marketing, but I have tried pretty much everything there is, at least in my opinion, that interests me and everything that I think could work and couldn't work. So I feel like I've really tried most things in the industry, and it gets to a point where like you have to fucking repeat yourself over and over and over, saying the same thing, making the same YouTube content for it. And to me, if I'm being bluntly honest, I don't fucking enjoy it as much anymore. I've really lost that kind of urge and that motivation to wake up and just be like, I'm just dead excited about the industry, let me talk about it. So when I wake up, do I want to create videos about SMA and do I want to create videos about Facebook ads? If I'm honest, no, that shit's pretty boring to me at this point. Again, that's not taken away from anybody who's doing a social or running a social media marketing agency. All the power to you. There's still lots of money to be made. Matter of fact, if you go on my Instagram, you can just see how many of our students actually still get results with running a social media marketing agency. However, for me personally, like I said, I just have lost that love, lost that motivation to really, really keep building it, because there's so much small little fucking things that can come out, such as like, imagine you work super, super hard, you do 100 messages every single day for a month, and you finally get one meeting and you close them for 1,000, however much you want to close them for, and you're super happy. And you're running ads for your client now, and next morning you wake up and your ads account has been completely disabled and Facebook doesn't tell you why the fuck they've done that. Well, that can happen with an SMA. With this new business model, not quite. So let's talk about it. So the new business model, which by the way, I'm pretty sure I'm the only one calling this so far. I'm calling it OFM, which stands for OnlyFans Management Agency. Which essentially is what it says on the tin, right? So you'd be running an agency, managing OnlyFans models, and you're taking a 50% cut from the model's total earnings due to the fact that you're managing the entire business for her, and all the model has to do is provide you with content. So that might be a bit of a bombshell to most of you guys, because you're like, what the fuck? Where does this even come from? Especially to people that don't know that I do this in the background. So this is why I wanted to create this little video, to give you guys a bit of context in terms of like how this whole thing even came about, what is it, how does the business model work, and why am I making this video. So first things first, I wanted to explain kind of why am I even doing this business model and how this whole thing came about. So this actually is a full 360 circle, because right now I'm in Marbella in Spain, which is kind of the little movie that you watched at the beginning. And funny enough, I actually started building an OFM without realizing it about 2 years ago when I was here for the first time. I'm going to try and find some clips, by the way. I'm going to sprinkle them in. If I don't find any, by the way, if you go on this channel, you can literally see me in Marbella like two years ago. And that's where this whole thing even started, okay? So yeah, me and my friend saw a massive gap in the market. We saw that there are so many girls getting on OnlyFans. They're making ridiculous amounts of money. I mean, for example, let me give you like a practical example. When you hear the word OnlyFans, other than the fact, you probably think of nudes and simps paying a lot of money on OnlyFans. Other than that, you probably think now there's a lot of money on the platform, right? These girls are buying Birkins, they're flying to fucking Dubai and driving these G-Wagons. Well, there's a reason for that, because it is true. These girls are making ridiculous amounts of money. And me and my friend, of course, realized that there's a huge opportunity right there. And how could we jump in and help these models make more money, and we take a cut from that? So that's kind of where the idea already originated about 2 years ago. And in all of last year, all of 2021, I lived kind of the whole digital nomad lifestyle, where I kind of traveled from country to country pretty much all of last year. And to put it in black and white, I just met a lot of girls that were down to do this stuff. I went 50-50 with them, and I was already helping them make a lot of money with this whilst I was making some passive money in the background. Yes, none of you guys probably know that. It's because I didn't really need to advertise it on social media, because we never had a business where we actually helped other people to do this stuff. So there's no need for me to advertise it. So that's why it might be like a surprise to you guys. But this is not something new to me. We've been doing this for quite some time. I mean, at the time of this recording right now, me and my business partner, Harry, which I'll explain in just a second, we probably managed over 300 models at this point. So we know what the fuck we're doing when it comes to OnlyFans management, and this is where Aura comes in. So Aura Consulting is a brand new business that we've already originated due to the fact that this is a huge fucking opportunity and a gap in the market. Think about it, right? If I say SMMA or dropshipping or e-commerce or Forex or any of these other business models, you can probably think of a good couple dozen, if not hundreds of other people who are already doing this business model, who are already making content with it, etc., etc. When I say OnlyFans management agencies, how many can you think of? Exactly. So there's a huge opportunity right now. There's more money on there than ever before. There's more models on there. There's more clients on there than ever before. It's more accepted than ever before as well. 2 years ago when I was doing this and I was trying to get my girls to actually jump on this, they weren't quite keen, right? Because it was really, really looked down upon. Nowadays, girls encourage each other to go on OnlyFans and make a lot of money for it. Because, hey, who fucking cares? Who the fuck cares? They would post the same bikini pictures on Instagram for free when they could post the same shit behind a paid wall and actually monetize the audience. Finally, people are starting to clock on. And I think you watching this as well, I think you're finally starting to clock onto how fucking big and huge of an opportunity this is right now. Nobody's really doing it, right? So back to Aura. It's me and my business partner, Harry. We've been managing models for kind of the last 2-3 years. And we've come to a realization that nobody's really taken over the coaching side of things for OnlyFans management agencies. I genuinely don't know anybody who's actually going out there and coaching other guys on how to run an OnlyFans management agency as a viable online money business model, right? And obviously with all of my skills, all of the hundreds of students that I've helped quit their 9-to-5, make 6 figures a year, buy the fucking things that they always wanted, all of that skill set I've taken from coaching people SMA, I've taken that into, which is what now we call Aura Consulting, teaching you guys on how to do exactly what I've just spoken about, which is an OnlyFans management agency. So that's essentially the rundown of kind of what I've been doing, why I've made the switch, and kind of a little bit of an idea on kind of like how this whole thing came about. Now, in terms of the actual business model, if you're curious, I'm going to make a whole different video probably at another time. But in terms of the actual business model itself, if you're curious on how that works, in a nutshell, pretty simple, right? And this is what we teach you. We teach you every single one of these steps in Aura Consulting. So there's 4 different phases that we're going to coach you guys from. Phase number 1 is the setup. You want to actually make sure your business is set up very, very professionally online, because when you're reaching out to these models, if they don't know you and you don't know them, there has to be that level of trust, especially the fact that it's online. Hey, thank you. We got some lights going on. So phase number 1 is the setup. So we're going to teach you exactly how you can set up your agency so you look like a professional, credible business online. With a website, 100K followers online, and a TikTok account that proves that you know what the fuck you're doing, right? So that's phase number 1. We teach you how to do that. Phase number 2 is actually getting the models now. Now, this is the easiest part. In SMMA and any other service-based business, getting the clients, quote unquote, is actually the hardest part most of the time. Here, I swear to fucking God, it's the easiest part. Getting the actual girls to work for you is not difficult at all. Matter of fact, with Aura as well, if you go ahead and invest into our coaching, we will actually contract you models straight away from the get-go, so you don't have to go out and find these models. We already have, a database of models who are doing OnlyFans, who we no longer manage, and we're happy to partner them with you. So that saves you a lot of time and hassle from having to reach out to girls. Alternatively, if you don't want to invest into our program, you can always go out and find models yourself online who are either already doing OnlyFans or who are looking to get into OnlyFans. Cool, so now you've got everything set up, you've got a couple models working for you. At this point now, it's phase number 3, which is what I call printing money, right? At this point, all right, so the camera cut out earlier, but I think this is nicer. There's not as much of an echo. Anyway, switching up a little bit. So there's 4 different phases, and I think the first one I went over was the setup. The second one is actually getting the models for you, and the third one is driving tons of fucking traffic to your client's OnlyFans page, which is exactly what we teach you, right? So this is where your typical SMMA skills would come in handy, such as just marketing in general. So social media marketing on TikTok, Twitter, even Tinder, Instagram, you name it. You want to drive tons of traffic to your girl's OnlyFans, and this is also where these models need your help, because a lot of the time they might not know how to consistently go viral on social media, how to consistently drive traffic from social media to their OnlyFans business, okay? And this is where you guys come in quite handy. So anyway, so now you've got everything set up, you've got a couple models working for you, 5 to 10 girls is all you need. That's a common misconception, by the way. A lot of people think they need 300-400 girls to be working with. You don't, you just need 5 to 10 girls that are making you 25K a month each. By the way, it's doable. Trust me, it sounds pretty fucking crazy. I'm gonna throw a couple of screenshots right here. These are some of our results that we've been able to achieve. One girl made $80,000 in 1 month. If you take 50% of that, you're making some decent fucking cash right there, right? That's just one model. Imagine you have 10 of them. Cool. Anyway, and then phase number 4. Phase number 4. I mean, look, let's be honest with each other right here. I'm sure you probably don't want to fucking sit there and manage tons of girls, manage their social medias, and just slave away posting their social media content, right? You want to outsource, you want to automate it, you want to be able to come out to Marbella, you want to be able to rent a 458 and fucking chill on a golden yacht. I get it. So this is where phase 4 comes in. And that's automation and delegation and fucking systemizing this business. To automate this business is so much fucking easier than a social media marketing agency, because it's not very difficult to put simply, right? Like, you don't have to have sales experience. There's no selling. You interview the girls. You don't really have to sell anything to them. You just have to simply explain what you do, what value you provide, and then propose a 50-50 offer, which is we teach you how to do that, okay? Then in terms of the social media marketing, I mean, we teach you how to do the marketing. Most of my audience knows how to do marketing anyway, so that ties in quite nicely anyway. And then the lateral part, which is obviously the actual OnlyFans management, that's where a lot of people will obviously need help. That's where we come in. We teach you exactly how to schedule messages, how to post more content on OnlyFans, how to make more money on OnlyFans, etc., etc. And then you just simply outsource this. So you want to get a person that acquires the models for you. You want to get a person that interviews the models and manages the models. You want to get another person who manages the models' social media accounts, so does the posting for them and interacts as the girl on social media. And then you want to get the 4th person who interacts on OnlyFans. We call them sexters. And these are the people that pretend to be your model online on OnlyFans. These simps are sending them fucking thousands of dollars every single month. And the guys think they're talking to the model, but in reality, they're talking to a virtual assistant overseas. That's fucking it. That is it. and I'm telling you guys, like, I need you to look into it. So I'm going to be, again, so this kind of wraps up to tie up the whole video. And if you're wondering, like, why the fuck am I even making this video? Because on this YouTube channel, I'm going to be predominantly just making videos now about OFM, OnlyFans management agencies. Talking about OFM as well, like, as far as I know, nobody's calling it OFM. I want to pioneer this shit. I genuinely want to be the first person to take this global, because this is such a huge opportunity, and somehow most people still haven't caught onto it. So if you ever see other people calling it OFM, just remember Marcus Hustle and Aura and Harry were calling it first OFM. I think that's going to be quite cool, because it's definitely going to catch on. It's going to be a trend, and everyone's going to call it OFM soon. Same as like SMMA. But anyway, nevertheless, if you're interested to learn more, give us a subscribe. This YouTube channel will be posting tons of videos. We're setting up a podcast as we speak. We're going to be interviewing our models, so you guys can see like what we were about, how much money we made these girls, how much of their lives were changed, how much money they make themselves, and why a model would even go 50-50 with an agency like us. I'm going to throw up a clip right now. We just ordered the Aura LED sign. We've got an office now as well. Yeah, there's so much to come, and I'm just so fucking excited about it. I'm genuinely finally excited about a business model, whereas before, like with SMA, like I said, I just wasn't that excited about it anymore. So expect to see a lot more content about this. If you wanted to find out more exactly how the business model works, the next steps, and what you practically have to do, click the link somewhere below or around this video. That will take you to our Aura Blueprint, which is essentially a mini course that clearly explains the first couple of steps that you need to understand and implement in order to start building this business from the get-go, right? So that will be a link somewhere around here. Other than that, guys, please look into it. This business model is insane. I love you. I'm going to leave you to it. I'm probably going to go out, enjoy the 458, jump in a pool. If you're not here, I feel bad for you, son.
On the front rows, I'm a 9 to 5. On the back rows, I'm serving it out. New kid on the block, make a talk in the town. If they search me and find this fire, I'll tell my mumsy I was into fireworks. Apologies in advance, I was shooting these stars. DTB, everyone shouting it out. More time they lie, they feeling alright. Don't trust in the beat like him.